So it looks like the Mavs are pretty much guaranteeing that Anthony Davis is going to be traded. And yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Kyrie. I think they might just sit him out for the year. Anthony Davis, Mavs would explore Anthony Davis trades before the season ends. I've seen other articles that say like Anthony Davis has been told they're going to try trade him. And yeah, the end of what was a disaster. At least you can get something. At least you can get something for Anthony Davis. They're trying to build around Cooper Flag. And it's like Patrick Dumont and his new basketball cabinet, which now includes Mark Cuban, are preparing to test a trade market for Anthony Davis. So obviously, Mark Cuban has some say in this now again. And we're now at the stage where that his time in Dallas has been over. And obviously Nico Harrison is gone, and like it's just been an absolute shit show. It's now you have to start and hope for the best if you're a Mavs fan. If you're a Mavs fan, you need to tear it all down and you got to just pray. Because you don't have your pick for a while. You got to pray you land in that top. And by the way, this is not just the top 3 in the draft. I really like Caleb Wilson. And in every one of these drafts, there's always one of the two players. There's always, in one of these huge drafts, any of these drafts that are about the big 3, or anything like that, one of the big 3 always busts. And a player not in the big 3 always ends up being one of the best. So if you don't get one of these big 3, well, this doesn't always bust. Like RJ Barrett didn't bust, but like they're always not quite as expected. They're always going to be not quite as expected, and it's always a really interesting thing to see what is going to happen. And they've got they can't really afford. There's no point really putting Anthony Davis on the on the floor. There's no point putting Anthony Davis on the floor, because if you put Anthony Davis on the floor, there's a chance that you get him injured, especially with that calf strain. Just get him ready to be traded to another team, because I still think he's got a lot of value. Like not Luka value. Jesus Christ, not Luka value. Not the value that you may have thought he had previously. But there is some value there. There's definitely some value. There's definitely a lot of value there in Anthony Davis. And yeah, I think there's a legitimate chance. There is a legitimate chance that we see him competing on a contender. Like, I wonder what team can trade for him. Like, the Warriors can trade for him. I don't know what pick assets the Warriors have. Like, but do the Warriors want to get rid of Jimmy, or do the Warriors want to get rid of Draymond? Do the Warriors think that Draymond is not, regardless of his leadership, we're not going to win with Draymond, which I think they might do at this stage. Like, I don't know much longer the Warriors have in this window. I really don't. Like, I don't know how much longer they have while Steph Curry is one of the top players in the world. And it's maybe a year or two. And look, you have to give up one of Draymond or Jimmy, and you're obviously going to have to give up a lot of assets too. But I have to say, it's we're looking now at a situation where you might have if you're the Warriors, this whole we've all seen remember their initial plan of the 2 timelines and all that crap. Like, remember they thought that they were smarter than everybody else, and that they never had to give up they never had to start losing, and look, the dynasty, it doesn't really matter when it comes to the dynasty. We can keep the dynasty going, and now it's like they just have a short amount of time. But Chicago, I don't know if it's the right move for Chicago, because I don't think if AD puts them over the edge. I think AD helps the team a lot, but I don't think AD quite puts them over the edge into full contenders. But yeah, it's It's a real interesting one here that Anthony Davis is essentially guaranteed to be traded alongside Klay Thompson. Like, he's not going to be the only player that is traded. They're going to try trade Klay Thompson. I would assume they're going to try trade Caleb Martin, but they're not going to get anything for Caleb Martin. There's plenty of players that they just know they're not going to get anything for. And yeah, it is a really, really tough situation for Dallas and Dallas fans. And look, the fact you got Cooper Flag is probably like the one saving grace. It's the one thing that doesn't make this the worst situation any team's ever been in. Like, it's the one saving grace. And the fact that you also have a pick this year in this stacked draft, which is going to be deeper than 3 players. It is going to be cheaper than 3 players. Or sorry, deeper than 3 players. And that could help out a lot. Like, if you get, let's just say hypothetically, you land Cooper Flag and you don't get Dibansta, and you get Cooper Flag and Mikal Brown. I think Cooper Flag and Mikal Brown's a good start. It's a really good start as young players to build around. And if you can get that, I think you're genuinely in a really, really good spot long term. So yeah, let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they're just kind of screwed? That the Dallas Mavericks are screwed? That the Dallas Mavericks should just, sell the franchise at this stage? Do you guys think that they're just done? Do you guys think that they are the worst round franchise in the world? Or do you guys think that they're trying to, make amends for fucking up royally in the not too distant past, in the year of 2025? I didn't think it was going to be this bad for the Mavs in 2025. I still will never forget Nico Harrison winning the lottery with a 1% chance and then saying fortune favors the bold, as if that was his, that was really what his plan was all along, was to get Cooper Flag, was to miss the playoffs and get Cooper Flag and then go for it. Nico Harrison will never be forgotten. I think a lot of people have said it, people will, a bad trade will now forever be called pulling a Nico. Pulling a Nico is actually going to be is going to be now a thing that people talk about front offices doing, which is hilarious. But yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.